Hello there, I'm your host Joel Schumacher's Nipple Fetish, and this is your week on Twitter in review. Starting off our week, a Barbie dream house mysteriously appeared in Malibu, California this past week. The mansion came complete with a pink slide and pool floaties that spell out Ken's name. The house is rumored to have formerly belonged to Warner Brothers associate Harvey Weinstein, which explains why it was already rated as containing choking hazards by the Homeowners Association long before the Barbie dream makeover. While there's no official explanation for the sudden appearance of the house, outside of being an expensive publicity stunt by a heavily in-debt movie studio, locals in the neighborhood reported sightings of this man driving around the Barbie dream house at night. Keep watch. Speaking of dreams, mine came true this week when the Warner Brothers lot caught on fire. The flames began spreading early on Friday afternoon. The fire marshal on the scene said that while they were still gathering evidence, the flames were to be expected from a studio that's released so many bombs. Sadly, the Warner Brothers water tower was of no use during this fiery blaze. And even worse, many of the Warner Brothers executives had already given themselves the afternoon off after a hard week of not paying their writers livable wages, so all of them were just fine and no injuries were reported. In more positive news, the MCU's Abomination, better known as Emil Blonsky, and Resident Evil's Nemesis announced that not only did they have a child together, but that he's already in the acting game himself. Little Doomsday debuted during Superman and Lois's Season 3 finale. Sure, it might be a nepotism hire, but it's just nice to see a family that works together. All jokes aside, the appearance of Doomsday was an unexpected twist in the CW show's third season, and instead of being happy about it, the self-proclaimed real DC fans immediately started saying how much better the CW was compared to Batman vs. Superman. This is of course ignoring how they're both formerly deceased Kryptonians mutated by Lex Luthor to kill Superman, and that they look functionally the same at first glance, or that the show is run by a Snyder fan. But what good is an icon of hope and optimism if he can't be used to exclusively whine about a movie from 2016? Annoying fans aside, congratulations to Superman and Lois for getting a fourth season despite Warner Brothers chopping shows left and right. I wish the cast and crew the best of luck on their final season, and I thank them for having a great show and for helping make up for the last time a CW series tried to adapt Doomsday for network television. Doomsday? More like Dorks Day, am I right? In other Superman news, James Gunn's new reboot confirmed that this Superman exists in a world with a Justice League that has already been established and his origin already explored. He also clarified that it definitely isn't anything like the Snyderverse, DCEU, or Henry Cavill's Man of Tomorrow script that he personally canceled during his first week on the job as the CEO of DC Studios. James also announced that the actor playing Superman would be someone who definitely isn't just a cheaper Henry Cavill. David Cornsweet, who will be sweating the big red shoes he has to fill after Henry Cavill, will be portraying a Man of Tomorrow stuck in the tight grip of yesterday's nostalgia by a studio that left the original creators of Superman broke and penniless. Twitter was quick to demand that everyone stop comparing David to Henry, as this reboot wasn't trying to copy Henry's movies and he should just be accepted as a brand new thing. Which is really fucking funny coming from the same people that spent the last 10 years upset that Henry wasn't a Chris Reeve clone, and calling anyone that liked his movies Nazis and fascists. The Superman casting news broke just as the Screen Actors Guild was about to join the writer's strike and cease all studio work, meaning James Gunn rushed to grab the most affordable white actor he could find before those pesky fair wage strikes got in the way of him making more money. When asked if circumventing fair wage efforts to make a Superman movie went against Superman's values, the director of Spike TV's PG porn series said, quote, "Superman's values? Like his net worth? Yeah, we all really care about getting that value to go up again. My buddy Joss Whedon made superhero movies sound so easy to make. I just don't get it." Speaking of ignoring source material and recasting Henry Cavill, Liam Hemsworth, the third most handsome Hemsworth brother, said that he's undergoing an intense training routine to beef up for the role of Geralt of Rivia on Netflix's Witcher series, and he's been reading the original books day and night to better understand the character. With that said, we expect the showrunners to fire Liam for caring about the source material within a year, and Tom Holland to take over the role for the next 8 seasons. Realistically though, I hope Liam the best of luck given how toxic that set has been and how quickly lies get spun by that crew when they don't like their leading man. I hope he gets along well with everyone and has a great time. Meanwhile, Henry is still working to help bring Warhammer's sci-fi setting to the big screen with the help of Amazon and their newly acquired MGM Studio Power. Keep tuning in here for regular updates on Cavill's movies and shows as they develop in the Warhammer universe. Finally, on the topic of sci-fi epics, we have Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, which has officially been confirmed as a trilogy. This is paired with a theatrical window shaping up to be larger than that of Snyder's Army of the Dead debut, which had set records and still holds the record for most watched theatrical Netflix film ever, and also dominated Netflix's top 10 most streamed movies for over a year. Empire magazine has picked the diesel punk sci-fi trilogy as their August cover story and teased details about the characters, including Sir Anthony Hopkins' character of a giant battle robot named Jimmy. When the first movie hits the big screen in December, it will usher in a wave of novels, comics, tabletop RPGs, and set the stage for the next two films. That just about wraps things up for this week. Be sure to tune in next time to see what the prisoners of Elon Musk's cruelest psychological experiment do next. Stay safe out there, and thanks for watching.